Hey guys, Bryson from Trick Tools here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about setting up your louver tooling in the Mittler Bros C-frame press. So their louver tooling is pretty self-explanatory. There's not a whole lot of complicated stuff with it. So when you get it, you have your upper die holder and the piece that has the punch die in it for the louver, and then you have the lower unit which has the mounting plate, and then it has the lower half of the die for the louver. So you know, when you go to set it up, get whatever other tooling you have out of there. Obviously you have the upper part here which is threaded, and there's flat spots on all four sides of this threaded piece here, which the upper section threads on here, and there's a set screw to hold it in place. So those four flat spots, you can actually rotate this 90 degrees and have your louver punching louvers in the four directions. Helps you get further reach in a panel, that sort of thing. So when you go to set this in here, the first thing I would do is get this threaded on here to start. Once you get it on, and just spin it up. Go up as high as you can just to be able to give the die some more stability on the threads. And then you're going to take a 5/32 Allen to tighten up the set screw. I'm just going to do these facing forward, but like I said, because of the flat spots in here, you could turn it this way and tighten it up, or this way, or even facing backwards. So I'm going to set this one up like this. So we'll get this tightened in there with the set screw, and that's secure in place. So next step is going to be the bottom mounting plate. So there's four recessed holes here for flathead bolts, which it comes with the flathead bolts, and then you have four threaded holes in the plate, this bottom mounting plate of the C-frame press. So get these four bolts in place, and this is going to start obviously the mounting of that lower die, and that's where the adjustment is. So when you get these threaded in here, and then that obviously just locates that lower plate for mounting, and then you're going to swap out to a 3/16 Allen, and we'll just run these down, snug them up loosely initially here just to start. Back that out. And that's going to automatically locate that plate because of the recessed Allen. So there's no adjustment in these four bolts. So you get those in there, like I said, and get them snugged up. And maybe I should have, I can loosen this top Allen. Probably should have put the bottom plate on first, but that's not a big deal. So I'll loosen that up so I can rotate the upper mount, or the upper die holder, and tighten up the rest of these bolts here. Just make sure they're all snug. Okay, so got that. Tighten the upper back in place, and from there you have your lower die block here, and you're going to slide this on here. There's two mounting holes out here on the outside edge of that plate, so you're going to line those up with your holes there, which those holes are oversized, and that's going to give you your adjustment. So you get these end bolts in and get them really close to finger tight, so you can still move this plate around. So get that in there, and then what you want to do is some of this is going to be based on I wasn't really able to find any instructions from Mittler Bros on the adjustment of the lower die as far as leaving any gap between the upper punch die and the lower die. So kind of what I found out through working with it is that using a thin gauge material, this is probably an 040 aluminum, So using something like this, you can set that gap between the upper and lower dies pretty tight because it's a soft metal, it's thin, it's gonna have a easier time punching through that material. And then if you're going to a little bit thicker material, which these are rated up to 16 gauge, but I would say in a manual press like this 3-ton C-frame, 18 gauge is gonna be max. And that's just because of the force it takes to be able to do it. So, but they do have, other models of frame, presses that you can put this tooling in that'll give you the higher material capacity. So when you're adjusting this, leave the bottom loose. So you leave that loose, and then you want to, I guess we got a little bit of adjustment still on this upper one, which is fine. We can make sure it's dialed in squarely with the lower, and then you're really gonna just watch your fine-tune adjustment of sliding this around until you have almost no gap between your upper and lower dies, because you don't want to crash the tooling. That's the main thing, is that when you get all this set up, you don't want to crash the tooling together, because that will obviously damage the dies. They won't work as well, and they won't leave the right shapes in your louver when you press them in. So it's kind of just a hand adjustment a little bit. And then once you're done tightening that, you can check the clearance between the upper and lower and make sure that's all good, and then you're ready to run a test louver to make sure that everything is working properly. So for more information on the Mittler Brothers louver tooling C-frame press, give us a call, visit our website, Trick-Tools.com, and we'll be able to help you figure out what size you need. They make these louver tooling, the standard louver tooling, in 1-inch to 5-inch sizes, and then they have a dome style louver that you can get in a 3-inch and a 4-inch size as well. So check those out on our website, give us a call, we can help you out. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.